Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video we are going to discuss about the pharmacokinetics models, right, part 2nd. This is Kamlesh Mali, Assistant Professor working at Department of Pharmaceutics, R.C. Patel Institute of Pharmaceutical Education, Shirpur, Maharashtra. The content of this video is like the types. In this video we are going to discuss about the types of pharmacokinetics. Basically, in this video, that is a part 2, we are going to discuss about mainly the compartment models. The two types of compartment models, that is a mammillary models and second is a quaternary models, right? And the part 3rd, that is in next video, we are going to discuss about the physiological models, distributed parameters models and non-compartment models, right? Now we know that what are the types of pharmacokinetics models, right? Basically, there are three types of pharmacokinetics models. First one is a compartment model, which we call as a empirical model, right? Second one is a physiological model, which are more realistic models, and third one is a distributed parameter models. These are the also more realistic models, right? So in this video we are going to discuss about the compartment models, right? Now we are going to start. First, what is a compartment model, right? Compartment is a traditional and most widely used approach to pharmacokinetic characterization of drug. This is the mostly traditional or most used method, right? These models are simply interpolate the experimental data and allow to obtain an empirical formula, which help to estimate the drug concentration with respect to time. So it is a simple method which interpolate, or we can put the experimental data in the form of empirical formula or mathematical equations. So with the help of this mathematical equation, we can easily find out the drug plasma concentration with respect to time, right? So basically there are two types of compartment model. First one is a mammillary model and second is a quaternary model, right? Now before going to two models, there are some assumptions of compartment model, right? As what this compartment model is a not realistic model, right? This is the totally imaginary model, right? It is a hypothetical concept, right? And this is the hypothetical concept. That's why there is some assumptions. We should consider some assumptions to study that compartment model, right? So first assumption is what? The body is represented as a series of compartments, and that compartment is arranged in a series or parallel to each other, right? So what we have to consider, the body is having a different compartment, and that compartment is arranged in a series of parallel. So and the movement of drug molecule in that compartment is reversible, right? Then second is each compartment is not real physiological or anatomical reason, but is a virtual one. What second? Though it is not real physiological or anatomical reason, but it is a virtual one. We have to consider it, right? And we also consider that a group of tissue having the same distribution characteristics means what? That particular tissue having the same blood flow and same affinity toward the drug, right? And if we not consider like that, then for each tissue we get a simple separate equations, right, for each tissue. And we know that in body there are different tissues. So what if we get a number of equations, so that make the process more complicated. That's why we have put tissue in a group, right? So as we put tissue in a group, so what the number of equations getting less, so and it simplify the task, so it make more easy understanding, right? Now what are the third assumptions? That we have to consider each compartment drug distribution is a rapidly and uniform, right? Then fourth one, the rate of drug movement between compartment is described by first order kinetics. Then fifth assumption is rate constant are used to represent rate of entry and exit from the compartment. In this figure you can see, right, this is the A, that is the absorption constant, right? Now drug move from A compartment to one compartment to second, so it is represented by the K12. 12 represent the movement of molecule from one compartment to second compartment, similarly like here, right? the movement of molecule from 1 to 3, that is the movement of molecule from 1 to 3, right? Okay, this is about the assumptions of compartment. Now we move toward the applications of compartment modeling. What are the applications of compartment modeling? Basically, first one, it is a simple and flexible approach, so it is a widely used, right? Second one, it gives visual representation of various rate process involved in drug dispositions. It gives visual representation or visual imaginary picture to us regarding the various disposition process like absorption, distribution, metabolism, elimination. That process we can visualize or imagine, right? Then third one, it useful to predict drug concentration profile in both cases, that is in normal case and pathological condition. Normal means they have no disease condition. Pathological means the particular in a pathological or a disease conditions, right? So we can compare the drug plasma concentration in both cases, that is normal as well as the disease state or pathological conditions. Fourth one is it is useful in relating plasma drug level in therapeutic and toxic effect in body. So what, on the basis of this plasma drug level, we can correlate or we can get idea regarding the therapeutic effect and toxic effect of drug, right? Then fifth one is it is useful when several therapeutic agents compare. Basically, the clinically drug comparison is based on compartment model, right? When there is a comparison between different therapeutic agents, that time this pharmacokinetic model play important role, right? It make easy understanding, easy and data predictions, right? Then next one is its simplicity allow for easy tabulation of volume of distribution, half-life or different pharmacokinetic parameters. With the help of this, what it easy tabulation means what it with the help of this compartment model, we can tabulize the data in the form of table. We can write data in the form of tables, right, or flowcharts. So what it make easy understanding. Then next, what are the types of compartment model, right? So on the basis of compartment arranged in parallel or series, on the basis of parallel or series, they classify into two types, right? First one is a mammillary model, second is a quaternary model. Mammillary model means the compartment is there is a central compartment at the center and the other peripheral compartment is surrounded center compartment. In quaternary model, what the all compartment arranged in a series. In mammillary model, compartment arranged in a parallel to each other, right? This is the main difference. In mammillary model, compartment arranged in a parallel. In quaternary model, the compartment arranged in a series. So first one is a mammillary model. So the mammillary model is the most common compartment model used in pharmacokinetics of drug or characterization of drug, right? Then it consists one or more peripheral compartment which connect to central compartment in a manner similar to the connection of satellite to the planet. It is the structure of this model is like a satellite, right? In a satellite, how the different in our planar system, what at the center the sun is center and other planet is surrounding or rotate around the that particular sun, right? So the structure of this model is like the planet. That's why it is called as a planetary structure also, right? So what in this figure you can see at the center there is a center compartment and other compartment, that is a peripheral compartment, 2, 3, 5, right? One compartment is the central compartment, right? Another compartment connected to this central compartment. These are the peripheral compartment. And they are joined in a parallel way, right? So the center compartment, what is the center compartment? Center compartment means what? It is a group of tissue, highly perfused tissue, which having a more blood flow. For example, lung, liver, kidney, right? And so they having a large blood flow, so they rapidly equilibrate with the drug, right? Then the peripheral compartment or tissue compartment. What are the peripheral compartment? These are the group of tissue which having low blood flow or low vascularity. As there is a low blood flow or low perfusion or poor perfusion, so they equilibrate with drug slowly. They absorb drug slowly. Then the drug distribution of drug to this compartment is with the help of blood. In this compartment, the distribution of drug occurs with the help of blood. Then the moment of drug can be defined by the first kinetic model. Right? First kinetic model means they depend on the drug concentration. The moment of drug on the basis of high concentration to low concentration, or which based on the concentration of drug. In this figure, we can clearly see the first is a quaternary model where the drug where the compartment are arranged in a series. Right. Second is a mammillary model. It is look like a planetary structure. At the center, the one compartment and other peripheral compartments surrounded that particular center compartment. Right. Now the second is a quaternary model. In quaternary model, the compartments are joined to one another in a series like a train. Right. It is look like a train, and it is a very rarely used. Why? Because it is not observed that anatomical and physiological various organ directly linked to the blood compartment. What is the meaning of this? We not observe in an animal body or human body the all compartments are directly linked to the blood compartment. Right. So that's why it is a very rarely used. Then what are the disadvantages of this model of compartment model? The disadvantages of compartment model, right? So first one is the compartment model. The disadvantage of compartment model. First one is a compartment and parameter don't have relationship with the physiological functions and anatomical structures, and we know that it is a empirical or not realistic concept. So there is a no relationship between the physiological functions or anatomical structure. Right. So what we have to make the more assumptions to facilitate the or to interpret the data. Right. Second, the extensive effort required to develop the exact model. Right. We take many efforts to develop the exact model, which show the correct ADME of drug. The model based on curve fitting and complex mathematical equation. This model is based on curve fitting data and complex mathematical equations. Curve fitting data means what? For example, we are having 3 parameters, right? So we should know the value of two parameters. Then we can find out the third parameters. That is we should know some data to put in equation. That is we call as a curve fitting. Then next is according to route of administration, the model may be changed, right? Then last one is the difficulty arises when we going to interpret the difference between the result which obtained from human and animal experiment. If we compare the result obtained from animal study and human study, that time it creates some difficulties, right? So due to this difficulty, the other models are invented, right? Like physiological and non-compartment model. So this took other model which are invented due to this difficulty or drawback of compartment model. We will see in next video, right? Thank you. For next video, you please like the video, share and subscribe my channel for more updates. Thank you.